Okay, so have you ever just stopped and felt like the world maybe lost some of its, I don't know, its sparkle? A bit.
Uh-huh.
Like things feel less mysterious now, more
Mm.
predictable, almost clinical sometimes.
Yeah, that exact feeling. It's something the sociologist Max Weber really dug into. He actually gave it a name, disenchantment.
Disenchantment. Okay, wow, that sounds significant. What exactly did he mean by the world becoming uh, disenchanted?
Well, he saw it as this really profound long-term process. Basically, modern society starts relying more and more on, rationality, science, bureaucracy.
Right, logic and systems.
Exactly, to understand and organize everything. And as that happens, it kind of pushes out or strips away the magic, the spirits, the myths. Ultimately, that sense of like metaphysical meaning from how we publicly understand the world.
So you're saying there was a time when the world was seen as enchanted, like actually full of magic and stuff.
Precisely, yeah. I mean, think about pre-modern societies. The world wasn't just inert matter, it was alive with forces, spirits, gods, you name it. Events weren't just random occurrences. They had meaning, explained through myths, rituals, divine will. There was this sense of awe, living inside something bigger, something infused with purpose.
And then science and rational thinking started offering different answers,
Yeah.
and the magic just sort of faded out. That's the core idea. As science and organized systems grew, the world started looking less like a mystery and more like something, well, calculable, controllable, knowable through reason.
Right.
Weber put it really starkly. He said, the fate of our times is characterized by rationalization and intellectualization, and above all, by the disenchantment of the world. It shifted.
From mysterious garden to predictable machine, kind of.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Governed by laws we could discover and use.
Wow. Okay, so what does that do to us, to our experience of living? How does this disenchantment actually, show up today?
Well, there are a few key things. One big one is this fading of the sacred in public life. Science gives us explanations. Diseases or viruses, not angry spirits.
Right. Empirical explanations take over. Exactly. The focus shifts from, spiritual meaning to just function, how things work.
So, maybe religion becomes less about divine mystery and more about community or ethics.
That can be part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And this drive for efficiency, for rationalization, it gets everywhere. Work, government, even relationships can start being run by rules, not just tradition or personal feelings. That's the depersonalization he talked about.
Less about who you know, more about the procedures. Follow the rules.
You got it. And maybe the deepest impact is on meaning itself. Those big shared religious or mythical stories used to give answers to life's huge questions.
Yeah, like why we're here, how to live.
But as those fade from the center, finding meaning becomes more, well, fragmented. It's more up to each individual to figure it out, often kind of alone.
That really hits home, that feeling of having to build your own meaning. So for you listening, how does this actually land, this rationalized world?
Well, it can definitely lead to feelings of alienation, isolation maybe. Without those strong shared beliefs, community ties might weaken. Moral certainty can feel shaky, maybe more relative.
Hmm.
And honestly, sometimes existence itself can just feel a bit flat, less vibrant without that built-in sense of wonder or transcendence.
And Weber was worried about where this all ends up, wasn't he? This focus on efficiency.
Oh, definitely. He talked about the potential iron cage of rationality. His fear was that we'd get so good at optimizing and calculating and organizing everything.
That we trap ourselves.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
That we'd end up in this super efficient system, but one where our emotional lives, our spiritual sides, maybe even creativity just sort of wither. Would be technically free, but stuck in logic.
Okay, theory is one thing, but where do we actually see this playing out? Give me an example.
Sure, think about medicine. Like we said, illness is mostly biological now, right? Not spiritual. Death is a medical event, first and foremost. Or look at capitalism. Well, it runs on calculation, efficiency, turning things into commodities. Even the search for meaning can get channeled into consumption, buying brands, experiences, instead of, say, older community rituals.
Right, or even just scrolling through feeds driven by algorithms, it can feel pretty impersonal, calculated.
Exactly. Pure logic, sometimes lacking that human warmth.
So is that it then? Do we just kind of accept a less magical world?
No, not at all. People constantly push back, try to find or recreate that sense of wonder. Think about historical movements like Romanticism, valuing emotion and nature over cold reason.
Or even today, things like New Age practices, mindfulness.
Absolutely. Renewed interest in mysticism, different spiritual paths, even critiques of modernity itself, like you see in postmodern thought. There's always this human drive to find meaning beyond just the rational.
Okay, so pulling it together, Weber's big idea, disenchantment, it's about this huge shift from
Yeah.
a world alive with mystery and spirit.
To one understood mainly through reason, science, calculation.
And yeah, that brought amazing progress science, better organization, all that.
No doubt. But it leaves us with this challenge, right? This core tension.
Which is,
Yeah.
how do you find that deep sense of meaning or connection or just moments of real wonder when the world feels increasingly explained and well managed?
Exactly. And that really brings it back to you, listening right now, thinking about this idea of disenchantment.
Yeah.
How do you navigate things? How do you find or make space for wonder, for purpose, for genuine connection in your own life today? Something to think about.